my beautiful friend. Welcome to episode 11 of the Journey Sessions podcast. It is absolutely amazing to be here with you today. And I'm doing something new here. If you're listening to the podcast on your podcast app, you probably won't notice what I'm doing differently. But if you go to my new YouTube channel, you will. I'm not only recording the audio here for you for the podcast, I'm also recording video to put this into another platform so more people can access me and this information. So super fun. It's good to be here. Thank you for joining me in this debut of my YouTube channel. Today, I am talking about becoming love. And I want to start off by sharing that love isn't just an emotion. It's not even just an experience. It's not just something that you feel for something or someone that you love. It's a way of being. And we have this remarkable built-in mechanism into our bodies, into our physical forms, called our heart, which has its own intelligence, and it has the intelligence of love. We are wired for love. And as you can probably guess, as you can recall from experience, that if we leave our lived experience to the wiring of our brains, we are going to feel and experience and be a lot of other things. We're going to live in a lot of different ways of being that actually serve to interrupt love. But when we drop into our bodies and when we connect to our hearts, we then access the mechanism, the energy field, and the vibration of love. So I want to talk today, not just, I'm not here to educate you on the frequency of the heart, of the intelligence of the heart, of the vibration of love. I mean, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of resources. There's a lot of people and organizations that are dedicated to the work on the heart. What I do want to share with you today are the different layers that we get to move through to access love within ourselves, through ourselves, and bring it out in our experience as a way of being. So I'm going to share those with you today. And really just let's backtrack for a second. Why does it matter? Why would you want to become love? Because last time I checked, this human experience includes a lot of suffering. And this human experience includes a lot of unnecessary suffering. The way that our brains are wired is actually contributing to that suffering. We are really good at telling stories that don't feel good. We are really good at generating vibrations in our body. We're good at creating a felt human experience that doesn't feel good. And for a lot of us, we forget that we're actually creating that. We forget that we are the ones who are in charge here. And it's really easy to fall into victim mode, which is, this is happening to me. Or even if we are going to become empowered with changing it, it includes a lot of effort and hustle and pushing to change our lived experience into something that maybe feels like it includes less suffering, but often it doesn't include more love. I know a lot of people who take responsibility for their life, but their lives are pretty flat. So there is more to this. Accessing love, becoming love, is actually accessing source. It's accessing a universal frequency of being that we as humans get to live from. What a gift. What an incredible gift. But of course, many of us have forgotten how to do this. So I'm going to share with you how I've remembered how to do this and how I've helped other people remember how to do this. And I'm not here to say that this is the only way or even the best way. This is just the way, this is what my journey has shown me. And what I know about my journey, what I've gotten more and more clear on now that I'm in my, I'm in my 46th year, and I've managed to practice a lot of self-awareness and been able to reflect and look back, is that my journey into becoming more and more love has also been a journey of healing. And so with my teachings, not all of them, but a large number of my teachings has woven into it the journey of healing. And not everyone needs to heal in this way. And actually, I'm anticipating that we're going to get to a place collectively where the practices that I and many other people have deepened into their lived experience around healing may not be necessary moving forward as we begin to shift and move more into quantum healing spaces. That's just fun to put out there. And I'm going to share the journey of the healing and the becoming of more love. So the most important central core place where you get to become love is with yourself. And what happens is that in our disconnection from self, in the process of humaning, we are programmed and conditioned, and we have experiences, traumatic experiences that create separation from self. Actually, let me correct myself there. The trauma is that we separate from self. The experiences are, for lack of better words, are neutral, but how we interpret them and how we then integrate them, which might create a separation from the self. Oh, this part of me isn't allowed. It's dangerous to speak my truth. I take up too much space. If I do what I want, then I'm going to get in trouble. Like all that we internalize messages, right? Which creates separation from self. So then we develop behaviors and we participate in dynamics to reinforce this conditioning, this programming, this trauma. And at some point, and here's the healing piece, we recognize that the way we feel, the way we live, who we are doesn't feel right. Something's wrong, something's off. Maybe we've done a lot of blaming of external circumstance of other people. Maybe we have stories about how we're just unfortunate. We don't have good luck. We don't, no matter how hard we try or what we do, we can't seem to get it right. Maybe we lack motivation, lack energy, lack inspiration. We just can't make the most out of life. Like something's always off and always wrong. And when you get to a point where you recognize that in all of this, you are the common denominator. So right here, there's an awareness that, oh, it's something within me, something that I am carrying with me that I get to notice and look at. So this is the healing piece. And this is the part where it starts within the self. And so you notice this. And I often lean on parts work, inner child work, past self work, to really understand, okay, what's happening here? What happened to me? And then what did I decide in order to survive with that experience? And at this time, you notice how in the surviving, right, that there has been internalization of the messages received. So we are really good at talking to ourselves and telling stories about ourselves that aren't true, that don't feel good, that are completely disruptive to our true divine frequency, nature, journey. And thinking that it's just true. But then when you have this awareness and you're able to reflect and you're able to notice, wow, I've been my own greatest perpetrator. I have taken on the role of the perpetrator as well as the role of the victim. And it is in these moments that you notice this, that you can then shift into love and bring your loving, compassionate, present self to the part of you that you've been perpetrating because you learned how to do that, right? It's just a coping mechanism, because we're brilliant, complex people. So this is the opening, is bringing yourself and the love that you have previously not been willing or able to bring to this part here. And so for a lot of us, this is an entirely new experience, but this is the opening. This is the place. This is the space when practice and repeated grows your capacity to be love. And the healing piece here is that you reconcile with the parts that have been separated from self. Love heals. Even your own love to yourself. Self-love isn't like some pop culture idea. It's not some, I really want you to notice how you've thought about self-love and really look at what I just shared with you and notice how you can deepen into it here. How you can deepen into bringing love to the parts of you, truly to the parts of you that have been separated. Because it is your witnessing of yourself. It is the presence that you bring to yourself that heals. And it starts here. And from this, you have all sorts of awareness. It is one of the most beautiful, painful experiences you may have, because when you are able to give yourself the love, the validation, the attention through presence that you never received for whatever reason, that this part of you never received, you then get other pieces of the puzzle and you begin to recognize what really happened, what it was really like, how it really felt to be living in this separation, how it really was for you to believe the stories that you had about yourself, to notice how easy it was for you to adopt these ideas and these beliefs about you that weren't true. But once you allow yourself to integrate in with yourself, you're then ready to allow others to integrate you in as well. Okay, so this is where becoming love expands out into a place that where the safety that you've created with yourself can then expand into safety that you feel with others. And for a lot of us, this is actually a very seemingly small group of individuals. I know a lot of people that have a lot of friends. What I also know, and I a lot of friends was in air quotes. What I also know is that a lot of those quote unquote friends don't really know those people. If if you haven't reconciled the lost, stuck, hidden parts of yourself, you don't even know yourself. You're living as an adapted version of you. You're living through a lens of the beliefs that kept you separate from yourself, the beliefs that sound like, I'm not good enough, I don't do it right, I have to prove myself, I need to convince these people of who I am. If I work hard enough, I'll be worthy, right? So we create a life and we create relationships based on these separations from ourselves. And so ultimately, the people that we're in relationship with don't even know who we are. We're all playing this game of, I have a persona and that's who I am. Don't you like me? When really, so many of us aren't even able to be authentic and real with ourselves, let alone other people. But here's the beautiful thing. Once you do this core work of becoming love with yourself, you can then do it with others. And I'm coming full circle back here to the point of this part, which is that's going to be a limited number of people. And you will notice pretty quickly, your body will show you. You will either feel safe or you won't feel safe. You will either notice that you're expressing and sharing from true, authentic vulnerability, who you are with people, and they will witness, validate, hold, and reflect you back to you, which is, that's healing, right? Wow. I actually now get to experience what real connection is. I actually now get to experience what love is, what intimacy is. A lot of people don't ever get here. Or you can notice that you either can't fully express authentically, truthfully, and vulnerability with people around you. And you'll notice like, wow, I held back there, even though I'm in this practice of like, my masks are off. I am feeling more and more like myself because I have reconciled with these lost parts. I've learned to love me in a deep, deep way. You'll either notice that you're holding back. Look at that. Or if you don't hold back and you share, that you don't feel witnessed, validated, supported, and reflected back. Some people just don't have the capacity for that. Actually, what's happening is, unless someone has done this level of work on themselves, their capacity to hold you while you move through this work, while you move through this journey of emergence, is limited. And that's okay. You get to decide how you want to relate to the other humans in your life. But it's in this stage, it's in this second stage of emergence and allowing yourself to be seen and witnessed and held and reflected, that you then become more love, because you're becoming it in community. You're becoming it in connection to others. And that might just be another, and it might be multiple anothers, and it might be exponentially others because it's in a group. And this is powerful. We heal in community. Being witnessed is one of the most powerful healing experiences you can have. And notice back to this first stage, when you witness yourself, you have an incredible healing opportunity. And then when you let other people witness you, that takes it even deeper. And so when you get to live and exist in relationship as your real, truthful, authentic, vulnerable self, and this will keep changing, you will magnetize, attract, open up to and open up with these other individuals to opportunities and experiences that are beyond what you could have imagined. This is synergy. This is energy of more than one. This is powerful. There's a creativity, there's a certain level of it's beyond space and time because it's love. It's the highest frequency available. And when you live in love, when you are becoming more love in community, your life expands exponentially. So this is an amazing place to be, right? This is an epic place to be. And it's in this place that you become aware of what you are and aren't available for, right? This is where you make those decisions, like these people that were my friends that I loved, my family, like the people that I thought I was letting see me, actually realizing like, whoop, nope, there's a lot of guarding, there's a lot of protection, there's a lot of ways that I mask or dress up because it doesn't actually feel safe to be my authentic self. You begin to, or I should say, you may or may not begin to establish boundaries here. But if you do, and you get radically honest with yourself around what you are and aren't available for in your relationships, and you dedicate yourself to the safe places where you can be fully witnessed and held, honored, supported as you, something magical will happen. Where you will expand into that love even more, and then you'll come to a place where you can just go anywhere, regardless of what the people around you believe, think, tell themselves about themselves, the world, and you. It doesn't matter because you have become love. Here's the awesome thing. When you're clear on what you are and aren't available for, and you allow yourself to experience that and feel that and be in that. So let's say I'm no longer available to be in relationships where I feel like I have to shrink or shut down. I'm no longer available to be in relationships where I have to hold the emotional energy of anyone else, whether they put it on me or whether I take it on. I'm no longer available to be in a relationship or in spaces and places where I feel anxious or unsafe, right? And so you create your life to only be available for relationships where you can fully show up, where you feel at peace, where you can expand and be as big as you want to be. And it's love. You anchor in that as your reality. So then you will get to a place where that's just your reality. And you can go anywhere. And because you're not available for the experiences that you're not available for, you actually don't have those experiences. You don't notice those experiences. Those experiences aren't in your field. You're untouched by them. And this is like, I'm not there. I'm not saying that I'm there. I've had moments of that, but as a consistent, no, I'm humaning. Like I get triggered. I am sensitive. I don't have like rock solid energetic boundaries around me all the time. But this is a possibility, and it is something that we all get to expand into more and more and more. But the way that we practice that is by not being in those spaces, by being so intentional and deliberate about how we let ourselves be in safe spaces, and then deeper in how we are a safe space for ourselves. So just let all that sink in. We are here to become love. And everyone's journey is going to be different. Where do you need to go? Where are you at? What is calling to you right now? Are you being invited to deepen in more with yourself? Are you judging an experience, an emotion that you're having, a memory? You feeling shame about something you did yesterday or a decade ago? How can you deepen into love for you? What needs to be witnessed? What can you hold? What can you reconcile? Is there a relationship in your life that keeps triggering you? Is there a relationship where you feel unsafe? Is there a space or a community where you feel unsafe? Where you feel like if you speak up, you get talked back to? What are you or aren't you available for anymore? What are the decisions you get to make? Where do you feel safe? Where do you want to feel safe? What is calling you in? Who sees you? Who do you want to let see you? And then where's a space that is so unknown, so big, where there's so many different energies? There's no way that you can control anything about it, that you're being invited into to expand and to just be love. Follow that pull. We're going to move into the journey portion of this podcast now. And what we're going to do is we're going to access the frequency of love that you're ready to attune to now. That's all. You're going to allow it to drop in, move into your heart, and expand into the space. And then you're going to see, you're going to notice what happens here. As always, give yourself luxurious time and space here in this journey. If you need to come back to it, beautiful, it's here. And as always, if you click the link in the show notes or down here below in the description for this podcast episode on YouTube, you will get the integration questions for this journey, which will always, always, always help you take it deeper and integrate it into you and your consciousness even more. So what is important to remember here is that you always have access to love. So many of us try to access this love through our relationships with others, or even through our own relationship to ourselves. The love that we experience and our capacity for the love that we want to experience within our relationships and with ourselves is influenced by the love that we're willing to receive from life, from source, from God. That's the beginning of it all. And so as I speak these words, Remember this and tap into this right here. Bring intentional breath into your body. And as you do, feel the love that is right here for you on your breath. Feel the love that you have access to right now through the nourishment of the oxygen that's coming into your body. As you hold the breath, as you expand the breath in your body, and as you release your breath, sink in more and more to this love that's right here for you. Continue to breathe in this way, opening up to this love. And as you do, I want you to imagine in your mind's eye beautiful white light rising up from the horizon before you, rising up, up, up. It's gorgeous light. Maybe you notice it as a star or as a beam, as an energy, whatever it is for you is fine. Staying open and curious and receptive to this light as it rises up, up, up till it's right above you. And you can even lift your chin and turn your eyes upward, moving your eyes, looking up, 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 connecting with that light above your head, closing your eyes, softening your head, and allowing the light to come down until it reaches your spirit gate, your access point, where you receive from source. And letting this light, this universal divine love, to come down right here. Your only job as you continue breathing and allowing awareness to stay here is to receive this love. Letting it come down, pour down through the top of your head. Letting this love wash over you, wash through you, fill you up. And as you receive it, you're remembering that you are wired to attune to this love, that this love is always here for you. And not only is it always here for you to receive, but it is you. So as this beautiful white light washes down upon and through you, reminding you that this is you, allow yourself to be activated in this remembering. Letting yourself remember in your head, your eyes, down into your mouth, your tongue, your throat, allowing this love to move upon your entire being, down your spine, across your shoulders, letting it land right here in your heart, filling your heart space. Using your breath, filling your heart space, expanding, expanding, expanding. Beautiful, letting it move all the way down your arms, out your hands, out the palms of your hands, filling your entire chest, belly, letting it sink down into your hips and your pelvis, filling the space of your connection to the belonging of yourself in your body, the base of your spine, your root, where you connect to this life, this earth, this place. Letting this infinite love wash down your legs, across your knees, into your calves, into your feet, and out the bottoms of your feet. Full. You are full. of love. You are in the remembering of this love that is always here with you, for you, as you. Be in the experience of receiving this. Notice how this feels to receive this. And then right here, we're going to invite in the part of you that needs this the most. Inviting in the part of you and just noticing what comes through. Invite them in and let this part of you be here with you in this love. This love is holding you. You are holding love for this part of you. There's so much space here. There's so much love here. Continue to breathe, allowing your breath to expand your capacity to hold this love, to be this love right here for yourself. What opens up here for you? Beautiful. So continue to allow this part of you and any other parts that may have shown up right here. There's so much space. There's so much love for all of this. Just allow yourself to be in it. And then before you, you're going to open up to the space that is the safest for all of these parts, all of you in all of this love as you to be. And notice who's here with you. So right now in your three-dimensional reality, the relationships that support you, love you, accept you, witness you, reflect back to you, all of you as love are here. Notice who is here. Let them see you and see them through your eyes of love. Feel them through your heart. Know them in the entirety of your body. For just a couple moments longer, be in this beautiful, sacred, safe space with these individuals who see you. Breathing in to all the parts of yourself that are being held in this love and the relationships that surround you that are also being held in this love. And then without even knowing how, allowing this love to expand even more beyond this safe space. Just letting it move even more, even more, even more, even more, even more, even more. And as it does, it's illuminating what is beyond this. And you're going to see what else is available to you that you weren't even able to comprehend before. When you are this, when you have become this love, when you have allowed this amount of love, when you have fully let yourself be in the safety of this love, what else becomes available to you? Just notice. You can even explore, go to the edge here of the safe space and look at the space beyond that's illuminated. What is here? What stands out that is available to you now? And if it feels right for you, step into this illuminated space. Move into it as love. If you feel safe to explore this right now, dance in it. dance in this space, move into these possibilities, move into what's now available to you. Become this more and more, and notice what you no longer do when you're in this space. Notice the habits or the ways of being that aren't attuned to this love, that aren't present. And as you notice that they're not present, drop them and celebrate. And then with your keen awareness in this space, notice what you are doing. Notice who you are being. Notice the expression of yourself in this way that you are love. Notice how you are moved to be love with life. And have this experience right here in this moment. This is you, my friend. Let this anchor in right here. This is you, right here. So just be in the reverence and the rapture of yourself in this. And then decide right now what feels like the safest, most expansive place that I can be. Is it in this illuminated space? Is it in the safety of the people, the relationships that are now available to see you? Is it in the space with your parts? Where is it? Is it in the receiving of the light into your body? Is that what feels most like you right now? You get to decide. And then put yourself in this place. Thank yourself for being in this place. Thank this love for meeting you here. Thank life for being here, moving through you as you. Placing a hand on your heart. Feeling this love. Knowing that this is what you are becoming more and more and more and more. Thanking it, thanking yourself. Taking a nice, beautiful, deep breath into your body right here. And when you're ready, opening your eyes to a soft gaze. Welcome back, beautiful soul. Grab your journal, grab a pen, grab the integration questions, write, and then allow yourself to deepen in to this. I'm going to put some links down below. I have an incredible free workshop called Pivot. There's also a link for my next live group program called The Gathering. If you're interested in working more in non-physical reality with non-physical entities and receiving information in the way that is for you to bring back through for you, your life, your work, check out The Gathering. It's been great being here with you. This first recording of my podcast video for YouTube was definitely challenging. I had to start and stop multiple times, which isn't a problem when you're just on audio, because I can start recording again 2 hours later, a day later, and no one will really know the difference. But what I realize is that's not the case in the video. I had to stop 3 times just in the last 5 minutes because the children were coming in to the space. And so that's interesting. Learning and accepting and doing the thing anyways. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Until next time.